Nasdaq daily, still looking sort of, it's a little bit more mid-range here. So I've put in these downtrend lines, got a resistance line above, generally sort of the reddy sort of maroony colour. That I tend to put that one on as a horizontal line. That's, where I can see doubles or triple tops and such like. And there we've got those lines with those prices. This is the Nasdaq on a 30-minute, similar pattern again, in a downtrend. Whether it's going to break on the downside or whether it's going to go up and try and test, maybe a little bit of profit taking, a little bit of a recovery after Friday's sell-off. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was definitely a fast, aggressive sell-off from after the data came out, especially when we saw that lack of confidence. Russell 2000, great. It's small, medium-size cap stocks. So this is quite good because it's much more sensitive to what consumers are doing. Again, it's just followed the rest of the stocks. It's had that sell-off, but it did manage to recover just slightly, but still looking as though it's going to test the support levels. Here it is on a 30-minute. And again, because it is different to the other indices that we look at, because this one is pretty much about the consumer. The others have got all the big boys in there. They can weather consumers slowing down. But, with the Russell, because it's got the small and mid cap, they're very sensitive to consumers if they stop buying or they slow down their buying. And they feel that quite quickly because they haven't got that big chunk of capital in the bank to keep them going. And here we're sort of coming into what I can identify as a breakout, and we should see that happen Monday one way or the other. Cable, so pound against the dollar. The dollar strengthened towards the end of the week, especially on the data, but the pound's not in a good place anyway. The UK economy is not looking that strong at the moment. I'm in the UK, so I can provide this information firsthand, and it's looking weak. What can I say? I can't buy the pound at the moment. It's just the dollar's too strong, and there's too many negatives on the UK economy. Let's wait and see what the Bank of England says about things on Wednesday. Thursday. Again, here it is on a 30-minute. So if we spend a little bit of time going sideways, then we're going to get that breakout one way or the other. Just remember, I'm just giving you my observations. What I may do it's not advice for what you should be doing. You've got to make those decisions for yourself. Here's the euro against the USD, and again, similar sort of thing. Strength to the dollar. The euro, despite the fact that rates are going to go up over the next few months, it's not really bringing in the investors wanting to buy the euro still. And it did have a sort of a bounce on after ECB, but it was an opportunity to sell, which, to be honest, I did, and the market came off obviously. But let's wait and see. Euro to me is just looking a bit vulnerable, partly because of dollar strength, partly because again, trying to balance 27 countries is really difficult economically. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was probably the most relaxed of everything, I think, probably last week. It just range traded, around 30,000, a bit above, a bit below. From what I'm seeing, it's sort of broken below 28,000 over the weekend. So let's see if it's going to come down and test the support levels there. There's a few more levels in. So I've got it in that sort of slight down range, and there's a couple of resistance levels above. On the 30-minute, it's pretty much the same. Got that downtrend, and then got those sort of slight uptrend lines in there. But there's a good chance that the support line's going to have been broken by the time we get into Monday. As I like to do, this is the Bitcoin versus Nasdaq. As you can see, still tending to follow each other. Not, it's not perfect. It's a sort of a relaxed relationship, if you like, and but they are tending to sort of have that similar direction to them. It's not tight though, so just bear that in mind. And I've had this one just really because of Friday, when the stocks had that sell-off because of the data coming out. Gold had a real strong rally. It sort of, when the data first came out, it dropped into the sort of the 20s and then bounced, and it finished in the 70s. So, practically had a $50 rally on Friday afternoon. Moving on to gold itself, and there is that rally. So I've managed to get in a resistance level, so interesting to see where it opens there. I've got a support level lower down, probably not expecting it to test the support for the moment. There is that rally on the 30-minute. Again, I've got another resistance line in there. It'd be interesting to see if it's going to break that, or whether it's just going to sort of start the week treading water, or even coming off a little bit just because of the aggressive move it had Friday afternoon. And again, a couple of support levels if it does start to come off. And WTI, it's been so strong for weeks now. Traders are looking to buy on the dips. Everyone's saying, oh, we need more supply. Demand is there for sure. And with the supply, as much as OPEC probably would like to increase it, it's difficult for them to actually be able to do that. They just can't seem to get that production up. I mean, Biden's even considering now sort of relaxing some of the sanctions against Iran, Venezuela, other countries that have got supply that aren't really allowed to export it at the moment. But that's not a given. That's something that he's looking at. It's not something that he's decided upon yet, for sure. And of course, he's trying to encourage the companies within the US to produce more, which is not going too well for him at the moment either. So here it is on the 30-minute. We popped up above 123 briefly last week, and then it came off. But it's still holding steady. It's still above the 120 level. And again, it's going to be difficult to see that sort of crashing at the moment. Saying that, I mean, the last time oil had when it sort of reached its all-time high in 2008 at above 147, within 6 months it was trading back down in the $30 range. Are we going to see that this time? At the moment, probably not. But oil is a strange one for sure. But unless we sort of start to see a real destruction of demand for some reason, I think people are going to be a little bit more careful when you look at the cost of petrol at the moment. In the UK, it's over sort of probably maybe $6 a gallon, something like that, or £6. I'm not sure. In the US, it's gone through $4 a gallon. So, and they're coming into the driving season as well. Again, which is when you would expect demand to come in more for some of the products such as that. And probably the US will drive more this year just because of some of the issues with flying. But that said, are they going to be able to afford all the costs? Because they love to travel different states. Are they going to have the finances to do that? With all the stimulus that was done in the US, it was an excessive amount, and of course that added to the inflation as well, in my opinion. But have they got that amount of disposable income? Have they really got that amount of savings? Maybe the sort of the top management have, but the more sort of working class guy, did he manage to save that much? And has he been sort of dipping into those savings, I know that I've seen US consumer credit start to grow, which means, you know, people are borrowing more on their cards, spending more on their cards. So it may not be quite as rosy as everyone's painting it at the moment. So hope you've enjoyed that. Just a little bit about us. So we've got daily newsletter, which comes to your inbox every morning by 10 a.m. UK time, which gives you sort of global news, my views, and also chart levels, which include the pivot points. I didn't really add any pivot points this week. There wasn't too much to be said on them. And workshops, 1 day workshops we do 1 week courses, we do extended master classes, which you can take bit by bit, trader mentoring to help you to get to that next level. We do lots of consulting to various organisations and individuals, and that covers sort of exchanges and brokers as well. Feel free to reach out to us, info@symaxfintech.com. If you want to see a list of the courses and what they include, then go to the link below. And thank you very much, and hopefully look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week trading. Just be that little bit cautious because we've got lots of data coming out, but very best of luck. Take care. Bye for now.